I want to give a big shout out to my guy Alfie Hammer, aka Bob. He's the one that made this deck profile and combos, and he actually got second place on his logo, so that's pretty cool. I actually learned something myself. So guys, if you have any questions about this deck at all, I'm gonna leave his Instagram in the description so you can go, ask him. And also, let me know in the comments if you want to keep doing videos like these, deck profiles, combos, and such. And if I do, I want to make deck profiles that are really, meta related, really unique in any ways, or really expensive, or something cool like that, So if you want to send me your deck profile, let me know in the comments, or even better, message me on Instagram. And I'll definitely do a deck profile on your deck. Thank you so much, Alfie, once more, and here we go.
This is my branded deck for the April 2023 format. I play double Fallen of Albaz. Fallen of Albaz at 2. Well, Fallen of Albaz is an insane card, really. It's a super poly on legs. 2's like the best. You can't play less than 2, but you don't want to play 3. 3's too bricky, in my opinion. And for the Despians, I just play the triple Alibi lineup. The one Adlib, and then the one Tragedy. Obviously, the Aluba is the best normals from the deck. It searches for any branded spell or trap. Next, for like our toolbox cards, we play the double Mercuria, and then the one Springen's Kit, the one Albion. And moving on, I play the double Blazing Cartesia the Virtuous. I've seen people play one of this, like, one. Okay, so one is good. You can play one. There's no need to play more than one. Like, I just play it because, like, if I play more than one, I've got a more chance of playing through things like Ash Blossom and, like, Imperm, because then I just go, like, summon this out, and if they're Imperm, like, if I go, like, normal Alibi after this, they go Imperm target Alibi, I chain this, diffuse away the Alibi in itself, and just, like, make something, and then I still get the Branded Fusion, and then the Grand Ignore gets to send things. And then I play the one Bestial Lubellion, and then the one Bestial Saranir. These cards are kind of bad, you don't want to draw them too much. Like, you send it off Branded Fusion, and that's all you do, really. Like, there's no other need to play them. This one grabs Branded Loss, this one just, like, sends. This one's better, like, this one's kind of, like, really bad. And the final monster that I play for Engine is a Dark Magician, so we can make Dragoons, like, best card in the deck this format. For the hand traps, it's very standard hand trap lineup for this format. Ash is really great again, because Branded was running around. It's good against Kashtira, so I'm just going to be playing 3 Ash, and then 3 Nib. 3 Nib is, like, insane in this format. Like, Nib, everyone's cutting it right now because everyone's playing around it, but then now that people have started cutting it, people aren't playing around it as much. So, like, Nib just wiping their field is insane, especially against Kashtira, because if you side in the Book of Moons and you keep Nib, they either play into this and around the Book of a Moon, or the Book of Eclipse, or they play into the Eclipse and around the Nib, and then you just win from there on. And then you just play the 3 Imperm, just to stop things like Baguska. You can side these out for, like, Book of Eclipse if you want, but, like, there's no really need to. Like, Kashtira isn't really that good anymore. Just making a Dragoon can, like, wipe their field can be pretty insane. Spells, I play triple Branded Fusion. Like, if you're not playing triple Branded Fusion in Branded, like, what are you doing? I don't know who printed this card, but they should immediately be fired. You just, like, make a Dragoon off this one card. You make anything you want just by sending a Fallen Wildwas and any other monster. It's, like, insane. And then I play triple Branded Opening. Opening's weird. You can cut it down to 2. It's, like, you kind of have to play 3, because it's, like, a consistency card. But cutting it down to 2 doesn't make the deck any worse. Most of the time that I draw this, I draw it with Alibi, and it can be very bricky. And until we got Quem, this is, like, not insane. It's alright. Just gives the deck extra consistency. And for the final, final free-up spell, we play triple Fusion Deployment. And this is just for the Cartesia, and it's also for Dark Magician, because, like, sometimes, I know it might sound funny, I've actually gone, like, this Reveal Dragoon, summon Dark Magician, just so I can get a free Dragoon. And especially the fact that this can be used with other cards, like Neospatial and Aquadolphin, to just, like, a rip an Ash from people's hands. Your opponent's hand, like, ripping Ash in this deck, because Ash is, like, so good against this deck. If we get Ash, we lose. So just being able to rip Ash can be insane. It's, like, life or death situation. I played the one Lost, the one Branded in red, one in white, the one Foolish Burial, one Ghost Arc, and one Cold by the Grave. So these are my one-off spells. I'll just explain quickly. So this is like protect against Ash. It's like an anti-Ash card. If you get Ash, you lose, obviously. So playing this is like if you don't play this in any deck, then probably going to lose to Ash or like a hand trap. These two are just consistency cards. This can banish like a Merc to grab Cartesia, or grab an Alaba by banishing Tragedy. This Foolish is Tragedy, so you can like grab back something from your grave, or you can use it to effect a search, like an Alaba. This is kind of strange. People don't play it. I think it's insane just being able to like send a Dragoon, send a Dark Magician, and just like make a Dragoon off it. Brandon in red is kind of insane. It's like the best interruption, and we play the kit so we can recycle this. You don't need any more than one. You can play two if you want, if you like haven't got the cards in this, but I play one. Like, you don't need any more than this because the kit can recycle it. And they got Branded Loss, like one of the most overpowered cards ever printed. Like, it stops your cards from being negated. It stops your opponent from responding. So if you something like a Lubellion, you can go forever on that chain and they cannot negate this, the Fusion Summon or any card in the chain. That is really strong, because then you're guaranteed to get like loads of searches of Fusion Summon, and you also get a search off this as well, which obviously is insane. Play the one Retribution to work with the Albion and the Serenade, and then the one Branded Expulsion to round out the 40 card deck. Expulsion will probably be banned at one point. It's like insane. Just being able to like fuse during your opponent's turn with like an Albaz, target an Albaz, tribute a Mirajay, target an Albaz, target like a Cartesia or an Alaba, get two quick interruptions, search with the Alaba, fuse with the Cartesia, make like Dracostopalia, make Mirajade with the Albaz, and then this is obviously just like recycle back materials and draw cards off the Albion. Moving on to the extra deck, it's a 15 card extra deck, obviously. So I play the two Mirajade, the two Lubellion, and the two Albion. This is standard. If you're not playing two of these, then your deck is going to fail, because like Kashtira just ripped this. Kashtira can rip two as well, so this playing that one just prevents them from ripping ripping your like Albion as easily. They'll always go for Mirajade over anything, so like, and if they banish it, then you can't use this to like get it back. There's no way to get it back unless they like a Rise Heart, attach it to it as material. I also doubled up on the Grand Guignol fusion and also Dragoon. The reason why I'm doubling up on all of these is because these are like the cards that I don't want Cash to rip, especially Dragoon, because like they have a struggle out in this card. It's insane as well, just because like it's an Omni Negate, and if you make it before you make Branded Fusion, like you activate Branded Fusion, you can just stop Ash for this card. And then this is like the best combo extender in the extra deck. It makes Cartesia so much better, and without this card, this deck would probably be bad. Just being able to mill like an Albion for extra plays, mill a Dark Magician so you can make the Dragoon with the Branded in white, it can actually make or break the game. And then we just play for the rest of the Albaz fusions, we just play the one Rindbrum. Rindbrum's insane. It's like, Rindbrum can like make or break the game as well. It's like, it makes the Mercuria so much more worth it at 2. And even if you don't summon it, you send it off Mirajade, and it's just like a quick interruption. You just bring back a full of Albaz. And then I play the one Chimera just to like get mad pluses, draw 2, pop 1. Can be insane. And then I play the one Quiritus for the Grand Guignol, the one Arbalenatus, just in case you match against Dragon Link. Wouldn't recommend playing this if you don't have Dragon Link at your locals. It's kind of bad. But sending it off like just gives you an extra Albaz send, and then I play it to round off the 15 card extra. I play the one Dracostopalia as an extra negate and interruption for the opponent to play through, which makes the deck really good. So this combo can be completed with any of the cards here, plus a Bestial Lubellion in the hand. This is a brick, but like sometimes it can work out. So if you draw this and any of these, you can make a decent board. But for the purpose of this video, I'll use the Alaba, which is the same as any of these cards. You just end up grabbing Branded Fusion. So what I'll do first is you normal summon the Alaba, and you use the effect of the Alaba, and the Alaba is going to grab us the Branded Fusion. We can use the effect of the Bestial Lubellion, pitching himself to the graveyard. Just going to put the extra deck here. And it's going to grab a Bestial Serenade from the deck to the hand. So we got the Branded Fusion and the Bestial Serenade in hand. Then you can activate the Branded Fusion. The Branded Fusion is going to be very important what you send here. You want to send, obviously, the forward of Albaz, and you want to send the Mercuria. which is kind of strange, but you want to send a McCurry here for a really good combo you can pull off. Iron Dash Dragon for the board protection. So you just have a Saronia in hand. So right now it looks like we have missed out on a lot of materials and like resources that we can use because we misplayed the Brand of Fusion. But the McCurry in the graveyard helps stop that because we can use the effect of Saronia to summon itself and banish the McCurry, which triggers McCurry's effect. And McCurry can now grab us a Cartesia, which is able to special summon itself because we have no card, a Fold Barber, sorry, in the grave. So we can special summon it now. We can then use the effect of Lubellion, tributing the Saronia to summon itself from the graveyard, triggering the effect of Saronia in the graveyard to send a branded spell trap. At this point, you can either send, it doesn't matter what you send out of these two, but you want to either send a branded Retribution, which I will send, or the branded in white. We'll be sending this later with the Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. Now you can use the effect of Cartesia to fuse important the Aluba plus the Cartesia to the graveyard. So you can use the Aluba as branded in red material for the Grand Guignol, the Dusk Dragon. Now it's important to notice here that this is like a really important step. You can either make Dragoon at this point by sending a full Dark Magician with the Grand Guignol, or you can just continue making Mirror Jade and extend some more, which I will do. I'm going to make a Mirror Jade here, so I'm going to send Albion from the extra deck to the graveyard for follow-up. This will place branded branded loss, sorry, first. Branded loss will then, after this is summoned, branded loss will grab us an Albion, the branded dragon, no, the Shrouded Dragon, sorry. Albion then will activate the Albion's effect, allowing us to send our branded in white to the graveyard, shuffle in the deck. It doesn't matter what you draw off the Albion here, you just want to get the branded in white in the grave. Shuffle in it, give it a cut. Put in the Albion to the bottom. Draw in one card. So we drew Fusion Employment, which is actually insane here for an extra instruction, but it's not going to matter what we draw here. We can then activate the effect of Branded Retribution in the graveyard, banishing itself to grab back the branded in white, which we can then activate, banishing a Fallen Wildbass from the graveyard, and sending Grand Guignol to the graveyard for the Mirror Jade. Now this might not look insane of a board, but this is really insane because then now what we can do, we can use the Mirror Jade to send an Albion, we can bounce something with Rinbrum, we got Branded Lost, which can trigger when we Fusion Summon, which really does happen if we like summon back a Cartesia with like a Branded Expulsion, because we have the Albion in the end phase which can set something, and if our opponent summons, we can banish this and summon out the Quartus. We can also grab the Cartesia back in the end phase if you want to, and you also have a live target for branded in red. So there's a lot of things you can do here with this board, and especially because you've also got this, you can summon a Cartesia from the deck and fuse during your opponent's turn to make another Grand Guignol, using like this and the Cartesia. And then you've got this in grave as well to tribute like an Albion if you make the Albion, which can be insane. But as I said, this does not matter for the purpose of this video. And then I'm going to get into the next combo now, just going to set it up and then I'll be back. For this combo, you're just going to open up with a Cartesia and any card that gets you to Branded Fusion. Any in the game, so like Albion plus Saronia with a Lubellion that you can tribute it with, or like Branded Opening, Aluba. But for today, I'm just going to use Branded Fusion and Cartesia. So we're going to activate the Branded Fusion, and Branded Fusion's effect is going to send from our deck to the graveyard Fallen Wildbass and the Despian Tragedy, which is going to trigger the effect of Despian Tragedy after we summon Lubellion. But we want to summon Lubellion. So obviously here you don't want to discard Cartesia, but if you have, like, obviously we've got other discards for this, so let's just say this has been paid, and then we use the Tragedy as Chainlink 2 to grab from our deck and Ad Libitum of Death Spear. So you have the Ad Libitum plus the Cartesia, and then this will fuse itself with the Fallen Wildbass in the graveyard, leaving the Tragedy as branded in red targets, and it's just going to make a Mirror Jade. Just going to make a Mirror Jade. There we go, Mirror Jade. So it's important to know now what you can do is you can normal summon the Cartesia, and you can then use Mirror Jade's effect to send an Albion to the graveyard. I'll use the high rarity one because it looks cool. And banish itself. And then you can go Cartesia effect, fuse these two for the Grand Guignol. Now in this case, if you're playing the bigger Grand Fusion, send that here. But for this case, I'm going to send the... I wouldn't send another Albion, so I would definitely suggest playing bigger Grand instead of this. But I'm going to just send the Rindburn. And then we're going to use the effect of Ad Libitum to revive back the Mirror Jade. And then you have some like really good cards here, because then you've got Branded in red, which is live. You can either target this to get a search, or you can target this to get back the Mirror Jade and use it again. This is still live because we brought it back. And if you can send a Fallen Wildbars, then obviously you get this live as well. Then we also have this if you can get the Fallen Wildbars. You have this to search, you got this to summon out like a Despian, and then we got this to revive our like playthrough combos and that. So with just 2 cards, we can end up on a decent board, like a lengthy board of like 4 different fusion monsters, and like loads of main deck effects. It's like insane to get us to fusion monsters, and I think this is why this deck's insane. So what I'm going to do now is, just for the final few minutes of this video, I'm just going to showcase my side deck a bit, just explain some of the cards that I play in the side deck and why I play them. I play the Neo Spacian Aqua Dolphin package for the fusion deployment to rip an Ash, which can be insane because like Ash in this deck is so bad if we get Ashed. I play the one Nightmare. This is just toxic, give it to your opponent, they can't summon. It's probably going to get hit on a ban list soon, but I love the way that this just like makes you win the game. If you can give this to your opponent with the Expulsion, you win. So just playing this at 1 in the side deck is like really good. I play the Triple Book of Moon for the cash matchup. I play the 1 crossout. I would play 3 of this if I had 3. I'd probably get rid of these Cosmic Cyclones for it, but these are just for the Runic matchup because I don't have 3 crossouts. If you have 3 crossouts, definitely play crossout over the Cyclones, but like this is just a suggestion. 3 Eradicator. It's like a blowout card for against Labyrinth and Runic. If they play for it though, then obviously the deck is like better than those. So you don't have to play it. It's kind of hard to get a hold of, but it's insane when it works. And then finally I play the triple Evenly Matched for rounding off my 15 card side deck. Obviously the best going second card ever printed. It's insane. Banish your opponent's field face down. There's nothing they can do about it. I think every deck has to play this right now. So I hope you like the profile. If you have any like comments on the profile, then feel free to leave them down in the description. I'll take everything into consideration. Now obviously you don't have to play the list exactly as I played it. I would suggest not playing it exactly how as I played it, because then you would probably lose at your locals. You play your list depending on how your local scene works. I hope you enjoyed though. Feel free to just like put anything in the comments. I'll have a quick flick through later. Yeah, and thank you for letting me do this to Heart. And I look forward to working with you again in the future.